Hello friends, welcome to Jiku Diaries YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about cue sports and in particular the golden ball rule that was introduced recently in snooker. Traditionally, snooker has comprised of 22 balls, that is 15 reds and 6 colors plus the white cue ball. But the World Masters is introducing a 23rd ball, which is the golden ball. The purpose of this new ball is to increase the maximum possible break, which currently stands at 147. 15 reds followed by 15 blacks. Should any player make a maximum, the golden ball comes into play with a value of 20 points, giving rise to the possibility of a 167. Introduced at the Riyadh Season World Masters of Snooker 2024, the event included the innovation of a golden ball, giving players the chance to make a unique break of 167 and earn a bonus of a whopping $500,000 US dollars, that is. The super maximum was not achieved, but advisor Turki Alal Sheikh, chairman of the board of directors of the General Entertainment Authority, announced that in the next staging of the event, the bonus will be doubled to $10 lakh, or in other words, $1 million. Your YouTube channel Jiku Diaries spoke to a few eminent cue sports players in India and also from overseas. Here is what Alok Kumar, an ace cueist, had to say. Alok Kumar needs no introduction. His achievements include Asian Snooker Champion in 2004, Asian Games Pool Bronze Medalist in 2010, Asian Billiards Champion in 2011, World Billiards number 2 in 2013, World 6 Red number 3 in 2018, and not long ago, 5 years ago, World Masters Snooker number 2. Alok Kumar calls this golden ball rule a brilliant idea and explains the rule nicely for the benefit of the viewers. He says it must be an additional incentive for the players. Let's listen to Alok Kumar himself.
So as a lot of us are aware that in World Riyadh Masters held in Riyadh recently, they introduced the golden ball rule, which was introduced for the first time in the world. And I just would like to inform the viewers about it, readers about it, that like we used to have 147 earlier, we still have 147, which is the hardest thing to achieve in snooker. The ultimate goal of any player is to achieve a 147 break, which means potting all the reds, 15 reds, and taking black ball with every red and then clearing the table. That makes it 147. Ultimate dream of a player. So, but now that professionals were making it very regularly, standard of the game was so high, so they introduced for the first time in Riyadh that they will put a golden ball behind the brown spot near touching the cushion, bottom cushion, and till the 147 is on, means if a player pots the red and then he pots the black, he has taken 4 red and 4 black, it means the 147 break is on. But the moment he takes pink or any smaller color, when the 147 is not possible anymore, then the golden ball will be removed. The golden ball had 20 points. So in case a player makes a 147 break, means taking 15 red, 15 blacks and then all the colors, then he has a shot at that golden ball which carries 20 points. 20 points for that particular ball, and he will make that golden ball also. The prize money for that golden ball was huge. Maybe 10 times the prize money that would have been given for the 147 break. So it was a brilliant idea that they came up with to make it more interesting, more lucrative for the top players. And as you know, this Higgins almost got it in Riyadh. He missed it narrowly in Riyadh. So I think you can see it happening more often in professional tournament at least, where the standard of game is very high. That players will be now having an incentive, additional incentive of having the golden ball.
Thanks.
We also spoke to champion cueist from Bangalore, Pankaj Advani, the 38-year-old who is a 27th, who has won 27 world titles in billiards and snooker across formats, billiards time and points format, and snooker, that is the 15 reds and 6 reds, and he is an Arjuna Award winner 2004, Khel Ratna 2006, Padma Shri 2009, and Padma Bhushan 2018. We caught up with Pankaj Advani on the sidelines of the ongoing CCI Billiards Classic 2024 at the Cricket Club of India in Mumbai. Pankaj Advani had this to say. He says the new format adds a spark of excitement. He personally believes in shorter formats just like it is in cricket, which is now the way of T20 format. Let's listen to Pankaj Advani in detail.
It's a new format because snooker is traditionally played with 15 reds and 6 color balls, but the introduction of the golden ball added a spark of excitement and something that the snooker players were not familiar with. Although, just to break it down to the people who do not know much about the rules of snooker, is when you take all the red balls and all the black balls, you've got 1 point for the red, 7 points for the black, which is the highest number of points carried by a color, because pink is 6 and then blue is 5 and then the colors go down in terms of the score. So when you take 15 reds, 15 blacks and you finish a 147, now 147 is the magical figure for a snooker player. The golden ball is placed on the other end of the table where you've got to get to the golden ball and pot that, and if you do that then you get another extra 20 points. And recently in a Saudi Arabia tournament they had announced a special incentive for the 147 plus the golden ball, which is 20. So 147 and 20 is 167, and anybody who made the 167 would get $500,000 extra. While I thought that was a great gimmick in terms of adding a little more incentive to the players and mixing things up, I don't know how it impacted the tournament and the popularity of the sport, to be honest. Personally, I believe short formats are very good for the game. If you want to televise it, if you want to attract new players and fans to the sport, reduce the formats. A sport like cricket, which has gone the Test cricket way and for years, and now has to go the 2020 way because of getting new fans and making it quicker and unpredictable and more dramatic. If cricket can go the 2020 way, then I see no reason why snooker and billiards should go the same way.
Do you see it being extended to a professional circuit or even any other tournaments in Europe and Asia?
Look, I mean, audiences from different countries want different formats. For example, I know in the UK, because I played there for a while myself, that in UK and Europe they're more patient and they are more aware of the precision sports which require you to be more subtle as an audience. But back here in the subcontinent, in India and the nations in the subcontinent, people want to go out to stadiums, they want to cheer, they want to make a noise, they want drama, they want more contact and more action, not watching the traditional formats of the game. So I think it depends on which region you're based, and I feel that if you're in Asia and in the subcontinent, then shorter formats, maybe the IPL Premier League style of format will work better. But if you're in your UK and Europe, then the longer formats, maybe a golden ball here and there would work. But I think better that they stick to the traditional format because that's what's most popular over there.
Just to finish off the golden ball thing, the Saudis have money, oil money and all. You think, but somebody else, some passionate snooker follower will do it, in other parts of the world.
I mean, there's no end to experimenting, isn't it? We had only 15 red snooker earlier. Then the 6 reds format came and tournaments started happening in that format. For example, the World Sangsong 6 reds championship, the IBSF World 6 reds championship, the Asian 6 reds championship. Now we have our national 6 reds championship. Then they said, no, the 6 reds is too short, let's go in between. So from 6 reds, people started experimenting with 10 reds. And 10 reds is because you can make a century break in the frame. So it gives you a bit of the 6 reds, in terms of its speed. At the same time, you are able to also score century breaks. there's no end to experimentation. I mean, tomorrow there'll be today there's a golden ball, tomorrow there'll be a purple ball, and maybe there'll be, some people are saying that they want to start playing with 20 reds, which is the extremely long format. So, I mean, you have to try and see what works best. But I believe that in Asia, if you would really want to popularize the sport, we have to shorten the format.
Thank you. Shorten the format. Well, that's what Pankaj Advani says. Now let's move on to Ashok Shandilya. Ashok Shandilya is one of the top-ranked billiards player in the international arena. Shandilya, the former national champion, lifted world billiards title in the short format in 2002. He also won gold medal in the 1998 Asian Games in single billiards as well as double billiards. Shandilya is now, in addition to playing, giving attention to promote the game among budding cueists and also acting as a guide or mentor. Shandilya says it is a unique idea and it is a good boost to the game of snooker, and he hopes something similar comes in billiards too, like Ronaldo and Messi going to Saudi Arabia to play football and popularize the sport in that region. Let's hear more from Shandilya himself.
Saudi Federation, Snooker Federation started this golden ball event, and I think it's a very unique idea. And the best part, because I've just been to Riyadh for the ladies under 21 World Championship and all, and the idea which they came up and the prize money. This is a new calendar. Saudi, the Riyadh and the Saudi Federation. This is the new calendar in the circuit, and the prize money is such only Saudi Arabia in the world can do this kind of a event. And they came up with the idea of the golden ball, which is at 167 break. Ronnie was tired of making this 147 break every time, and he used to make this 1,47,000 pounds. And he said, I need something extra. To make the game much more difficult, that 20 points or whatever the break, they came up with the idea. And because Ronnie said that he's tired of making this 116 times 147 and all that in matches, they came up with this golden ball, and they had a prize money of $500,000 for that 167. But during the finals, only John Higgins reached. He made that 120 and he missed the yellow. He came very close to the yellow and he missed it. And because of that, he had a good chance of making, but they could not get a 147. Now the prince over there, he said, I double the prize money for the highest break of 147, whoever makes it. And he made a $1 million announcement during the finals, and that next year highest break prize money will be $1 million. So it's a good boost to the game in snooker. Somebody will come with a great idea of in billiards also. In billiards also, snooker. This will Saudi Arabia entry, like Ronaldo going and playing football in Saudi. Saudi Arabia, they have a lot of money. They have a lot of, and they have started a new trend. So I think the game will grow bigger from here. There is no doubt. And I have seen the people who are in the federation, Dr. Nasir and all. I have met them personally, and they intend good for the game and the sport. They want more and more sport, and you see Saudi Arabia is opening, and I can vouch Saudi Arabia will take over all the Arabian countries, the Asian countries over there, and they will become number one in tourism also, because the way I have seen, I was there for 20 days with the junior India team. They are opening up like Dubai. How Dubai and Bahrain, they are opening up their country for the sports and the sports culture, and how they got in Ronaldo and Messi and all. So it is going to be a boost for every sport. I am not only talking about snooker, but every sport.
But do you think this golden ball will be expanded to the other professional events in the world or any tour?
It should be expanded because the game is now limited to 147. But this new route, it has to be extended. People have seen many 147. You go on, just type 147 break in billiards and snooker. There are umpteen number of breaks. But this new ball concept which they have come up, it should catch up. It should bring more and more players into light. And anyone who makes it for the first time, it will be history.
Do you think the chance of an additional 20 points will make the professional players to go for more play sharper snooker to play 147? Can you hear me?
It's nothing new. It's only that last ball which is below the brown spot. It is placed there on the start of the frame, and as soon as you take any other color apart from the black, the only chance the ball is taken off. So the thing is that ball stays in that spot which is designated spot below the brown spot in the behind the D till you are on a 147 break. As soon as you take any blue, pink or red or yellow, the referee takes out that golden ball. And I think it's a brilliant idea. It is a boost to the game, it is boost to the players who wants to make good money. Anyone in the circuit, our 2-3 players are also playing the pro circuit. If they try, nothing like it, there is no, and it is possible. India, Pankaj Advani has made a 147, Aditya Mehta has made a 147, Ishpreet Singh has made a 147 in practice and in match also. So there are many players. Ishpreet is playing the pro circuit there. There is a possibility, anybody can make it, but I think the WST, the World Professional World Snooker Body, will catch on this idea.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Cheers, thanks.
We also spoke to the 58-year-old UK born but now who has made Singapore his home, Peter Gilchrist. Peter Gilchrist is a multiple time world number one. He is world champion in the long format in billiards, that is 1994, 2001, 2013, 2016 under IBSF and 2019 timed and IBSF longer. Besides, he was also the world champion in the 2015 IBSF short format and world match play champion 2001. Indeed, Peter Gilchrist is one of the greats of the modern game, and this is what he had to say. He's happy with the new format and it makes a little more exciting. This is what he says. Gilchrist adds that it will be a good idea if it is extended to the other tournaments. Let's listen more to Peter Gilchrist himself.
Yeah, I think the reason why they brought something in like the golden ball is because the 147 years ago it was something special to make a 147. But now I think there's been 200 147 breaks. So I think bringing something in like the golden ball, that extra 20 points, it just it makes it a little bit more exciting, and especially when the kind of money that Riyadh are putting into it. Whether they will extend it to the rest of the tournaments, who knows? I think it would be a good idea. You know, it's like you said, just adds that little bit of interest, and you know, obviously all the players will try and get it. You know, I think next year it's going to be 500,000 or is it a million? I think it is. And John Higgins nearly got it this year. You know, he knocked in 15 reds, 15 blacks. I think it was the yellow. He got a near touching ball on the yellow. But yeah. I'd say that I'm a billiards player, and I think what they should do is put something up for 1,000 break. You know, there's never ever been 1,000 break in the balk line crossing. You know, where you've got to cross the balk line between 80 and 100, and there's never been 1,000 break before. So it would be nice if somebody put that kind of a carrot up for 1,000 break. You know, 500,000, it would be great. You know, the likes of Pankaj would. And who knows, Mike Russell might come back into the fore. You know, if he sees something like that, you know, he'll put a bit of practice in. You know, I think he's the only player in the last 70, 80 years who's actually made a 2,000 break. You know, and that was up under the balk line crossing as well. I think it was in Peterborough maybe 30, 40 years ago. You know, 1,000 break is magnificent, but a 2,000 break is something else. You know, so and it would be great to try and get Mike back into it. Because you know, I think he's generally considered as the best billiards player in the world. So yeah.
Just one more question. The Saudis are coming in a big way in all sports. You know, they entered snooker. Do you think they will do a lot more to Q sport? The pool, everything.
Hopefully, you know. I know that in I think it's 2034. They've got the Asian Games over there, so 2030 is in Doha, and Doha have got Q Sports back into the Asian Games, which is huge, really. You know, it's a big boost to not just to the players, but even the former players who want to go and coach the other teams. You know, the likes of Vietnam, Indonesia. You know, obviously Myanmar is strong anyway, but lots of countries in the Middle East. So it just sort of creates a lot of opportunity for the ex-players to put their knowledge over and to good use. But yeah, it would be great, for Riyadh in 2034, if we've got Q Sports over there, which it should be in the Asian Games, and who knows, after that, they might try and put, some World Championships on. Well, like you say, my heart's just in billiards, and I just see, I don't know, I think that a lot more could be done for the billiards. I think everyone sees billiards as like the chess, and then you've got snooker as the drafts, and you've got maybe pool as, not tiddlywinks, that's bad, because the pool players are very, so talented, it's all about position of pool. But in terms of the greatest game, it's billiards. I play both. I've made, like I said, I've made a couple of thousand breaks at billiards, and I've made 5 or 6 147s. And I'll tell you, what a 1,000 break at billiards is far, far more difficult. It's probably worth 2.5 maximums. And on one after another.
Just to Peter, finish off about the 147, 167. The snooker players are welcomed it. 8 of them have gone through it, but they've not made it. But 147 itself is difficult, isn't it? The rule says this: once the potential is lost to make 147, the ball will be removed.
That's
so
right.
That's exciting, isn't
yes,
it?
Yes, it is. I was wondering how they would do it actually. And so obviously once one red's gone, that's removed, and I suppose that's the best thing about it. So going on to that, I think they could introduce it for other tournaments, but it doesn't really get in the way. And did you know that when they're playing safe, that golden ball can be removed as well, and be, let's say a red hasn't been potted, it could be nudged over the pocket.
Yeah.
That would make it a lot easier,
Yes.
Well, as long as it doesn't go over the yellow pocket, and then you can pop the yellow or over the green. It's great. It was something new, and fair play to the Saudis. They're obviously putting a lot of money into all of this sport. I'm a big boxing fan, so they've had Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, and Ngannou. They've got a lot of big fights going over there, and just like they've got snooker, and like I say, hopefully they'll put some money into billiards.
Yeah. Thanks, Peter.
All right, cheers, thanks.
Well, that was Peter Gilchrist, who is not new to India and who is not new to Mumbai and especially CCI, because he keeps coming often to play in the CCI Billiards tournaments year after year. Well, so you listen to the greats of Q Sports and what they had to say on the golden ball rule. Let us hear from you what you think of this rule, and do subscribe to this channel and spread the word around and share the video. Thank you.